Hello again, this video is part one of a conversation with Katie, and in this one we chat about my recent holiday over to Europe on the Honda ADV350. And in part two, which will be coming out soon, we have a more in-depth conversation about some travels over to North Africa and the Middle East that I made in the early 1990s. Anyway, hope you enjoy this one. I'll see you later. Katie.
Hello.
It's good to see you again.
You too. Have you been doing anything interesting? I thought I'd get straight in there.
Yes, I've been waiting here at least half an hour for you to arrive and to ask me an interesting question. But yes.
In the absence of that?
In the absence of that, I've been on holiday.
Oh, wow.
I've been on holiday on my scooter.
Scooter?
Scooter, yes.
What's the difference between a bike and a scooter?
You've already asked me that question in rehearsals.
Yes, it wasn't filmed, it didn't happen.
Right, okay. What's the difference between a scooter and a motorbike?
Because you didn't know last time, did you?
And I don't know now.
Okay.
I think it might have something to do with smaller wheels and the lack of a gearbox. Or maybe it's form. I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know. But it's like I said in rehearsals before, what's the difference between a viaduct and a bridge?
Yeah, and I said in rehearsals before, let's please move on to something more interesting.
Let's just move on. Yeah, so I've been on holiday on a scooter even though I don't know what it is.
Yes, you can still ride it even though you don't know.
Yes.
Where did you go?
So I got the ferry from Newcastle over to Amsterdam, down to Belgium, stayed at a place called Chimay, drank lots of Chimay beer brewed by monks. I think it's brewed by Interbrew these days. So it's turned into a multinational conglomerate and all the monks have been executed. And then rode down to the Alsace in France, which is absolutely gorgeous. Then over to the Alps.
What do you drink in the Alsace?
Gewürztraminer.
Really?
And a bit of Riesling.
Quite white then?
Yeah, quite white.
Yes.
Well, it's surrounded by white vineyards.
Yes, so you sort of have to, not much.
But the Gewürztraminer was, and actually, it's only now in this interview, in this questionnaire, that I can actually say it properly, because up until this point I could never actually say it.
And if I'd pre-warned you were going to have to say that, you'd have fumbled it, wouldn't you? Just because it out of the blue, you were able to...
Just want to, because what I say is I sort of visualise the umlaut somewhere in Gewürztraminer.
Say it again.
Gewürztraminer. See, I can just say it. I can say it. I'm a wine expert. Yeah, but it was delicious. Absolutely delicious. And it's not so popular in the UK. And the stuff that they sell here, like down the road at that wine bar, it's cack. It's rubbish.
You used to drink it in the 70s, didn't you?
Did they?
Apparently.
Well,
tell me.
Black Tower.
Yeah, a bit of Black Tower, something along those.
Anyway, so I went over to the Alps and then I came back again and it was great.
Nothing happened in particular?
Nothing happened in particular, and you won't know this because you don't know anything about motorbikes, as we ascertained last time. But the trend in motorcycle videos these days is that anybody films their travels, it's an adventure, it's a drama, and it's a crisis. And absolutely none of that happened on this trip.
So is it still worth telling the tale?
I don't know really. So I did ask the question. I did ask the question of the YouTube community. I said, I didn't have any. I lost a biro. I lost my favourite green biro.
Well, you said there's no drama.
But on the scale of like a typical YouTube video is like we went the wrong way, or the campsite wasn't very good.
True drama.
It wasn't duo-ply toilet roll, that kind of thing. So no drama, it was just like a nice holiday. And I am firmly of the opinion that to ride a motorbike or a scooter, even though I don't know what it is, on a trip like this, you don't have to have an adventure or any drama or any crisis.
Why is that?
You can just have a nice time.
And what does a nice time mean in this situation?
Being relaxed, being calm, having nice food and drink.
Yeah, did you drink while you were cycling?
Not driving.
Not cycling, driving.
But yes,
I
did have a few beers and a few glasses of wine. Okay. And it was very nice.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting, but not while you were driving.
No, of course not. So lots of nice things. Had a few conversations with people. Tried to speak very bad French and German.
You mean your French is good, but you tried to speak it badly?
No, the other way around. So it's very, very bad, and I tried to speak it well.
You just said you tried to speak it. Anyway,
so it was a great holiday. Thank you very much. But there's no drama.
No drama. So in that you enjoyed it and you'd like to share that pleasure with people who might also enjoy it, what are you going to tell them to explain how lovely it was without the drama? or can you not tell people stories when there's no drama?
That's a very interesting intellectual question, actually, and it's one I'm going to struggle with, really, to be honest, today. So obviously I'm going to be telling it through the visuals, and hopefully my narration, even though it's probably the definition of slow TV, i.e. nothing really much happens.
Are you part of the campaign to bring back slow everything?
Absolutely.
Slow bikes, slow TV, slow eating?
Yes. I love a slow shot. You know, just like a slow panning shot of something gorgeous, you know, just lovely. And I'm a firm believer that no matter what the subject is, it can be made beautiful.
Can it be made interesting?
And it can be made interesting.
How is it interesting with no drama?
Have you ever seen the stop-go cartoons of the Brothers Quay? Brothers Quay? Have you seen them?
I don't know. What's in them?
There's one particular, I think it's called Street of Crocodiles, and there's one scene, stop-go animation, of a wood screw unscrewing itself out of a piece of wood and all the wood shavings come out. It's absolutely gobsmacking. Where's the drama in that? Is the drama about the wood screw escaping from the piece of wood? It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Yes, this is really, really interesting. Is there a sort of rule of filming where something... No, I'm actually really interested in this. It's a rule of filming where you can extend something like a Stuart Lee joke, right? You know, Stuart Lee does this thing where it never gets to the end and people are taken along with it, but if he went a minute over or a few seconds over, a certain length of time, people would disengage. Is there a rule of... And do you know what it is, or would you know when to apply it?
I think I know my own personal rules of disengagement. You know,
I see.
Yeah. But no, it's tricky because I think what I'm trying to say is different to every person, isn't it?
Yes.
And does the audience find you, or do you try and find your audience? Don't know. Now there's an interesting question.
Well, are you going to ask your audience?
No. No, I'm just going to do what I want to do anyway.
No, I think...
Well, the thing is, I can't create a drama because there wasn't. So I didn't get lost. I didn't drop the bike. I didn't go 100 miles an hour, pull any wheelies, and nothing scary happened.
We're really going back in time with entertainment, aren't we? To a time where things did take a long time. People would let go on things to unfold. You could just hold people in a place for a long time while they totally experienced it. That's really going back in time. It's really interesting.
So what I think of these, I don't know what kind or how many videos I'm going to be doing of the little trip. I mean, I've got tons of footage, which I'm trying to go through at the moment. But in my mind's eye, I've got it a bit like, you know, those 1970s travel programmes. You know, we had Judith Chalmers on it.
Yeah.
You know, she was bright orange in a bit of a frock, just like wafting around, and we were all like dead jealous because we'd never been on a plane before. I don't want people to be jealous, but more about if somebody sees something that sort of interests them or intrigues them, then maybe they might be motivated, you know, to think about going there themselves. And if that happens, job done.
Also, it's about experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
So by going slow, you are being more truthful about the experience. And so giving people a more realistic sense of the experience.
Yeah, because I think most YouTube videos these days, it's like, you know, they're being edited and filmed on amphetamines. You know, and personally, I don't live my life on amphetamine, really. I might have a few beers, but that just makes me more sleepy. You know, so if there's anti-amphetamine holiday Judith Chalmers style holiday video.
You're showing your age a little tiny bit, aren't you? By
do you know she's still alive?
No, I didn't.
I thought Judith Chalmers had been.
She's one of these people who, when they die, you kind of go, "Oh, I thought you were already dead." You know, one of those,
God, yeah.
which is most of them actually, because you slightly.
I mean, I thought she died in about, I don't know, when was the Falklands? 82. For some reason, I've got the idea that she was visiting the Malvinas, you know, as part of.
It's very detailed, your image, isn't it? What was she drinking? What was she wearing?
You know,
what makeup did she have on?
Well, she would have been doing the Kate Adie. You know, when Kate Adie used to wear the camouflage stuff, and she looked great. And she was dead tough.
Yeah,
so I'm sort of seeing Judith Chalmers. You know, ITV would have been like, we need a Kate Adie. We're struggling here, Judith.
So they made her into a kind of, long dresses?
Yeah, you know, like a big... Anyway, we're going off...
But is it a decision of yours to go slow? Is it...
I think it's the only thing I can do.
The only thing you're able to do?
I'm able to do, yeah. I mean, literally, I could invent a crisis you know, I probably could invent a crisis and I could sort of, you know, raise my voice and stuff, but, you know, there was no crisis, there was no drama. It's just like a really nice holiday.
And no one else is doing this, no one else, as far as you know?
I'm probably, yeah, but, you know, like, most of the stuff on YouTube is like, you know, it's really dramatic. She's got to capture people's limited attention span.
Yeah, sure.
So I think, you know,
this is really interesting.
You know, so it's probably, yeah, like a 1970s holiday programme. All those, you used to get those screensavers of a burning log fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there's a word for that, isn't there? There's a word for things that just go on.
Boring.
Are you saying your video is going to be boring? I think your fans will be disappointed. I really like this. I really like things taking the time they need to take to unfold. And travelling is going through space, isn't it? At a certain pace. Yeah. And that's what you want people to...
So I think it's a more realistic portrayal of what it's like. Because actually, it's a bit like Ewan McGregor, you know, when they did that long way round down thing or whatever it was. Absolutely great series, not knocking it. But how many times have you rocked up to a small village in Africa and there's a film crew there filming you arrive and taking your helmet off without setting the shot up? So to a similar degree, a lot of that artifice is used in YouTube as well. You know, to less and less of a production value. So in my video, I didn't do any of that because that's just like I haven't got the time to do that. So I arrive at a place and I'll walk around and get some shots and do a bit of narration while I'm doing that, and then tell people about what's happening, as opposed to me rocking up to a hotel and going, "Oh my God, I can't get in for another half an hour. This is a big drama."
Really interesting. So there's the kind of like I guess the European story, France, Germany. Where else have you been? Where have you?
So I've always gone to Europe. I've been going to Europe on a motorbike like virtually forever. You know, so.